say Jacob returns to Bethel. Please, let's read the memory verse from the book of Genesis chapter 35, verse number 1. Let's open to Genesis chapter 35, verse number 1. We are going to just look at what happened. So I want to just ask the first question. The Lord told him they should return to Bethel. My question is, where was Jacob actually? Where was he staying when the call came? Anybody Bible scholars? Where was Jacob staying when the Lord told him that he should return to Bethel? Yes, last week we talked about it. So if you are here last week, you should be able to give me an answer. Please, are we here together? Okay. So if there is no answer, I just want to just make just run to us. I know all of us have been we've heard about this story about Jacob and stuff. So I just want to run so that we all have a context of where we are going to talk about it, where we are actually going to focus on. When you read the book of Genesis chapter 28, that's where all this thing actually began. When he had to flee from his brother because he has actually outraged his brother for his birthright. So when he was going, he actually promised God. Actually, in Genesis chapter 28, the Bible understands that he had an encounter with God. In the book of Genesis chapter 28, verse number 15, he had an encounter with God. But in that encounter that he had with God, he was not actually in that encounter, because the Bible understands that, and Jacob did not know that. He said, the Lord was in this place, and I knew not. Because God was actually telling him something in that encounter, but he was so much distracted because he was so much in pain that he was not able to align to that encounter. So because he missed that encounter, it took him another 20-something years in the house of Laban. That's Padaram. He went to that place to serve at Padaram. So that's where he served for nearly 20 years because of the encounter that he made with God. So God was telling them, this is what I'm going to make you. God told him so many times, this is what I'm going to make you, this is what that. But he missed that encounter, so he has to pay for that encounter that he missed. So God was actually with him in the land, in Laban's house. So he went to that house, he served for a wife, he served for nearly like 20 years. Then the Bible understanding the verse chapter 32, the Bible also understand that he also had a different encounter with God. But this time around, the Bible let understand that he told his wife that he's just going to keep them aside. He told them that they should stay here while he's going to have an encounter with God. But this time around, he was so much into that encounter. He set his heart to actually encounter God in chapter 32. So the Bible says that he wrestled with God, and then he was able to prevail. Then God told him that this is what I'm going to make you. So in chapter 28, when we look at chapter 28,